Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreaks digital event was released, and we now have more info about Title Update 3 and everything that's going to be coming. We're getting 2 new Risen monsters, Teostra and Kushala, and Chaotic Gormagala. The anomaly investigation level is increasing to 200, and they've expanded the followers to allow you to bring them into anomaly research quests and investigations and master rank quests in general. There'll also be new augments, decorations, event quests. There's a new system for curious armor crafting. They're also adding a lot of paid DLC, which is a bit worrying, but they did the same thing in Iceborne, although maybe not to the same extent. So, what are my thoughts after seeing the reveals? Well, it did get me a little excited, but I'm worried more than anything. I think that the hardest monster added in the update will be Teostra, simply because of his flame aura, which we don't have anything to prevent besides dragon element weapons. Kushala will be a little bit easier, but not by much, and Chaotic Gore will be the easiest. And you can tell this because of the master rank level that each monster is assigned to. Teostra is 140, Kushala is 120, and Gore is 10. So that's pretty much how things are going to play out. With the increase in investigation level, they're adding monsters like Flaming Espionage and other variants, Scorned Magnamalo, Seething Basil Geese, and I'm worried about that because I've mentioned this before, but those monsters are balanced around having max Spirit Bird buffs, especially Flaming Espionage. Scorned Magnamalo and Seething Basil Geese, not so much, but definitely Flaming Espionage, because of where he shows up in the game, right? He shows up in a separate arena that gives you full Spirit Bird buffs. The other two, not so much, so maybe they won't be as bad, but I definitely think Flaming Espionage is going to be very unfun to fight, especially in anomaly investigations that are going to be as high as 200. So that's, to me, going to be a massive problem. And in general, I think the level 1, the 200 investigations will be pretty unfun, and I'm worried about how long they'll take as well. And I'll judge that by how long it takes to use a weapon that isn't my main. If it takes longer than 20 minutes to kill level 200 monsters with a weapon that isn't your main, that's a problem, for me anyway, because that's going to kill my desire to experiment and use other weapons in those investigations. So I'm just going to be sticking to one weapon if it takes too long. Hopefully Risen Teostra and Kushala have extremely busted armor, so that isn't an issue, but that's something that I'm still worried about. But being able to bring followers along on the anomaly investigations might help make them not as boring or time-consuming as I expect they will be. The change to curious armor crafting seems like a well-needed one, and should hopefully make getting what you want a tiny bit more feasible. There's still random chance involved, but at the very least you can choose if you want to go for defense or skills, so that's something. And they've also given a little hint at what's coming in future updates after Title Update 3, so that's neat. They mentioned an Elder Dragon and a powered up monster, so we'll have to see what Elder Dragon they decide to add in the next Title Update. But either way, it's an update with a little more substance than Title Update 2, and hey, they're giving us one more monster than Title Update 3 for Iceborne on release, and that's not nothing, but anyway, that's pretty much all.